Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is a refilm. I had it all nice, but then I was just like, I don't like it. I don't know, I just didn't like my look yesterday. So we're going to redo this, and yes, I am probably going to not have a first impressions type of thing, but I do have some products that I added. Something other than navy and black. This is actually my favorite dress in the whole wide world. It's very summery. I feel like it's very Estee summery, but you know, whatever. It is the Thacoon for Target. So, fun fact, I collected and I still have all the, pretty much all the pieces. Yeah, I pretty much have all the pieces that I've collected over the years. I think I started collecting these pieces in 2008? 2007, 2008, I think. When I started developing a love for fashion, because, you know, like, that's when I was, like, getting over, well, 2007, no, it was probably 2008. 2008, yeah, probably 2008. So it was right after, like, my daughter was born, I started developing a little bit more sense of fashion. My body had changed drastically since getting married and, you know, all that stuff. So I was just like, I need to, like, focus on what I want to wear and just be me. So, these were, I collected these. I'd always wake up, and my husband even laughs to this day. He's like, I remember you used to wake up early on a Sunday morning when the launch happened. You were there at Target at 8 a.m. waiting in line so you could get your hands on your pieces. And I'm like, I know, it was crazy. And then, so I would get up at midnight for the online things in case I couldn't find it in store. So I was like really, I made it like clockwork. I'd always follow and see when the launches were, and then I would go to the store and also get some pieces online that I didn't find it, or that, you know, I knew I really, really wanted, and just if it was at store, then at least I had it. But yeah, there's a lot of pieces sold out. This one is actually the second launch. I had one, I waited too long, and I waited for, I think I got the extra small and it was way too small. So I ended up getting rid of that one. I sold it at a yard sale one time. And then this one came up in the 20th anniversary, and I was like, I need the medium, I need the medium, so I got myself the medium. So yeah, I've been kind of looking on eBay to see what pieces I'm missing. I know there's a dress from the Kerna Zabate, I don't know how to say it, collection. I loved a lot of those pieces, and there was a gray dress that I wore in a family photo, and I love that dress, but mine ripped. So it ripped right here, and I couldn't sew it because of the material was so shredded. I don't know what happened, but I wore it a lot. I wore it tons, and then I saw on eBay that they had one in my size for like super cheap, so I was like, yeah, I need to get it again. So, if you ever want to see my Target collection pieces, I actually unearthed them from my closet because I'm like, you know what, I know I have to wear black or navy blue for work, but this is a nice summer piece that I wanted to wear just to have a little bit more eye-catching at my counter. But usually I wear a uniform at work. So, yeah, if you want to see my complete, well, all my Target pieces that I have, let me know. And if you were one of those that collected these back in the early 2000s. I know a lot of people, younger people nowadays don't know what it was like, but back in the day it was like blogs, fashion blogs, and just having these Target launches, and people would do like just fitting room try-ons. I remember my favorite collection, I think out of all of them, was probably the Zac Posen or the Peter Pilato. Oh, there's so many. I loved Anna Sui too because it was based on Gossip Girl, but I never really watched Gossip Girl. I just love the pieces because they were so unique. I don't know. Anyways, but this is my Thacoon piece. I felt like being a little summery today, a little bit, you know, fresh. We'll see how the makeup translates. I don't know how I'm going to do my makeup now that I have some white and color on. Usually I base it off of black, and it makes it look a little bit more dark and sultry. I like goth type things, but I still love fashion. That's one of my favorite things. This is something that I feel like is a part of me always, so I'm actually getting back into wearing these pieces again. So yeah, that's my little spiel. But today we're going to be talking about cheap drugstore makeup. And we're going to try some drugstore makeup. I was able to scrounge up a full face at Walmart so that I can create a cheaper option for a full face. If you want me to do high-end versus low-end, I can do a video on that as well. But we're going to do, because I got to go to work, we're going to do just the low-end, which is drugstore, and I will let you know the cost of each product and whether I like them or not. I got my stuff in my Shein bag already because I just hate unpackaging when I'm on camera because it takes a gazillion years. So yeah, I have, let's see, setting spray, I have bronzer, I also have some mascara and eyeshadow. 2 eyeshadow palettes actually. We're going to kind of see which one we're going to use. I didn't get eyeshadow base just because, ooh, one of my foundations leak. This is the problem with having foundations in this damn bag. They leak. Let's see what else. I have an eyeshadow base. I have liquid liner, blush, you name it. I have it. So, alright, I already dirtied one. And I'm going to have my makeup wipes. I actually ran out of my cheap Walmart ones, and I totally forgot to get some. So I had to stop by Walgreens. And I'm just like, yeah, we'll try these. Even though these are not, these are cheap. I like having makeup wipes just because I make a mess everywhere. And clean that up. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the eyes. I have no brows on, so we're going to try out, we're going to do brows first. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do brows first, so let's try this out. I have foundation, which I think I've used this before, so been using it, but I wanted to bring that one out. And I do have a concealer as well, and most of this stuff I'm going to say is from Wet n Wild, so yeah, it's going to be mostly Wet n Wild. Alright, so we're going to start off with primer. Actually, no. Yeah, eyeshadow primer. I'm going to jump off camera to do that because I don't have any drugstore ones. All I have... Well, you know what? This isn't a really drugstore one, but... you know what? We're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I have not planned this video very well. Apologies. Apologies. So, I have 2 eyeshadow palettes. We're going to start off with eyes. 2 eyeshadow palettes. I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palettes. There was 2 other ones that I saw, but they didn't really catch my eye because one was really yellow gold and the other one was like a pinky mauve, and I haven't been into colors like that. I want more or less darker colors, I guess. Staple ones, I would say. So I have 2. I have like a smoky eyeshadow palette. So this is the Color Icon. This is called Nude Awakening, and I've already like touched it because I was so excited to see it. So we're going to see some swatches on these ones. So we're going to start off with the darker color. Whoa. So I was playing with them already, but I didn't put it that way. So, wow, the colors are pretty good. Swatch amazing. I'm just swatching them on my hand, then I'll show you. Wow. I never got to really see them in swatch form. So there's the first row. So you have your black shade, you have a nice warm brown, you have some shimmer. That shimmer right there looks really pretty. You can't really see this shimmer because it kind of blends in my skin. It's more of like a taupey shimmer. It's quite pretty actually. I just wanted to get on here and like play with makeup. That I haven't done a haul video of makeup per se, and I haven't done really any like drugstore makeup in like a minute. Wow, look at that. Look at those color payoff. Alright, so impressed. Impressed. It just doesn't stop. It's amazing. Look at that. That's a really good palette. So that is the Nude Awakening palette from Wet n Wild. That's actually really, really nice. And it has, you guessed it, a brow bone highlight. It has a brow bone highlight, so I'm super excited about that. I forgot to open this guy. I was like, oh, like, yes, I'm ready. I have everything open, but I forgot to open this one. This one is the Color Icon Lights Off, and these are new. So these retail at, believe at Walmart, they were $4.98. So that's cool. I mean, that is a really cheap option if you're looking for some cheap makeup. Or, like, for me, I'm weird. I have the makeup I use at home, which is mostly like Estee Lauder. And then I have makeup I take with me so I could touch up. But sometimes I leave it in my car. So I'm like, I'm not going to leave my Estee Lauder in my car. Are you crazy? This stuff is not cheap. But I digress. It's my brand. So, this is the Lights Off. Wow, I can't wait to touch this. Oh, and I always do it out of order. What is wrong with me? So there's 10 shades total in each palette. So like the black, ooh, the black is nice. They have a gray. They have a, ooh, steel, a lighter gray, and then some taupey shimmer. Look at that. So this is much cooler. I'm wondering if I should just use this palette because the coolness kind of goes with the dress. So I might do that. Hey, this makeup wipe's pretty nice. It stays wet. Just cleaning off my hand in between. They have a green, like a hunter green in here, which is really nice. I kind of want to do a halo eye because I love halo eyes. Why not? So we have a hunter green, a darker brown, ooh, a bronzy gold, really shimmery white, and a champagne color. So there is the palette, much cooler than the other one. I think I might use mostly this palette. So yeah, that's really nice. But instead of using an eyeshadow primer, because I couldn't find one, they didn't have any at Walmart, so I'm using the Wet n Wild Multi-Stick. This is the shade, what shade are you? Nocturnal Behavior. So it's a black, and it's just straight black, which is nice. We're going to start tracing out the halo eye. So I'm going to go ahead and start that. So I put the dark colors out and in the inner corner and then just kind of connect it. But I always leave a space. So it looks sloppy at first, but honestly it's going to be very, very simple. And I'm going to use this applicator sponge that I found in my, Physicians Formula palette, which I actually got at Walmart for $1. I was like, I was going to feature it in this video, but I'm like, no, because that one's not available, so you can't really get it. Ooh, it blends it out a little too much. I might need my finger for this. No, I kind of like the way it's doing. Blend it out to nothing. I'm doing one eye at a time because that's just how I work. Alright, so we're going to start off with the darker colors. I was going to use the green, but I'm wearing blue. So we're going to use the charcoal gray one. So we're going to use this shade right here, which is a charcoal gray. It has a little bit of glitter in it, which is interesting. Let's see how it translates on the eye. Oh yeah, it does have quite a bit of pigment. But I use the black just so I can darken it a little more. Because when I do halo eyes, I like it dark. Alright, so we're just kind of like rounding out the shape a little bit. I'm just kind of softly blending the edges. I'm impressed here. Well, because I love a good, like, stick shadow. Because I used the Lancome one, but I'm running out of that one, so I was like, ooh, I'll just replace it. And I'm hoping they have, like, a blue one. I'm not out of that one yet. May have a little coffee break here. So, update. My coffee routine has changed. Let's see. We're going to dip into this taupey gray. Hopefully that'll blend out really nicely. So yeah, my coffee routine has updated. I used to do just a espresso maker, you know, the little silver one that you just put on the stove and heat up. Well, I used to drink Cafe Bustelo, which is straight up, I would get the espresso. That stuff is strong. Let me tell you, that stuff is really strong. And I've noticed that I was starting to get a little too jittery. So I was trying to find a solution. So I was at Ulta one time. Yeah, I actually went to an Ulta. I haven't been in a long time, but it was like on my lunch break, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to go in and see. Sorry, I'm talking and doing this at the same time. So I'm going to take this brow bone shade from the Nude Awakening, because you know I need a brow bone shade. But yeah, I was kind of like looking, ooh, that is nice. I was looking around and I saw, and I've always been curious about this brand. It's called Four Sigmatic. I saw it at Sephora first, and I just never really got around to it. And then it was like in a BoxyCharm, what do you call it? Pop-up shop. And I was like, I probably won't like it. So I was just like, you know what, I'm curious, I'm going to try it out. So it was an instant coffee. It actually made me feel really good, which I was surprised. And honestly, like, I like it. It helps you think. So it's the Four Sigmatic Think. It's got orange on it. There's like 3 types. There's Sleep, Defend, and Think. And I bought the Think in the instant coffee, but then I went on the website and ordered the ground coffee. And then I have one of those, I don't know what they're called, but they're like drips. So it's like a glass like bulb, and then it kind of like it's an hourglass. So what you do is you put the filter at the top, boil some water, and then pour the boiling water on top of the coffee grounds in the filter, and then it just drips down. That makes my coffee more flavorful and bold, and it has more, not like that overheated taste. It's a very organic taste. You could taste the coffee flavor better. So that's been my coffee routine lately. So I am enjoying it quite a bit, and then I am not using, I mean, I'm weaning myself off coffee. I'm not going to completely get rid of coffee. Ooh, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to put in the inner, I'm going to put this pewter shade here. This one right here looks a little silver on camera, but it's pewter. But anyways, that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to keep a little bit more a healthier aspect of my life. Trying to eat less junk food. But, you know, when you're starving and you have a long trip from work to home, that McDonald's looks a little tempting. But yeah, I am trying to keep healthy, but I'm usually not a health nut. I like to just do what I need to do. Oh, that actually worked really nice. I like to do what I want to do and just eat what I want to eat, but I need to start taking care of myself. I've noticed that I've just been really, really bad about that, so I want to live a nice, healthy life as much as possible, but I mean, life will throw you curveballs, so just try your best. Alright. And just like that, I have another eye. Alright, so we're going to go into Complexion. We're going to do the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. The one silicone-free primer that does it all. I'm like, alright. So there it is. Feels kind of puffy. Let's see. Ooh, she's thick. She is thick. It looks to me like the Estee Lauder, the smoother one. I don't own that one. That's the only thing. I own the Aqua Brilliance from Estee Lauder, which is more of a hydrating, smoothing formula. This one seems to go on pretty nice. It's very silicone-y, but it's not like, I mean, it doesn't have silicone in it, which is good. Alright, and then we're going to go in the Wet n Wild. This is the shade Golden Beige, and this is the Dewy formula. I have used the matte formula. I know I really shouldn't put it on with a spatula. I don't know why I'm doing this. I usually don't, but I'm just like, you know what? Let's get her covered because I'm looking a little rough today. We're going to do a foundation brush. It's the Kat Von D one, or KVD, whatever you want to call it these days. So yeah, I have been using this. I will tell you, I already have been using this. And I really like it because it is a nice, cheaper option. Because I use the Futurist foundation from Estee Lauder. I know you're like, stop, I know you work for Estee Lauder. But, I mean, honestly, like, if you're going to work for a brand, you stay true to that brand. And you have to try it in order to, I feel like, sell it. That way you can let your customers know what you like about it, what you don't like about it. I will tell you, I don't like the Double Wear Light. That is my least favorite. Thank God it's going away. But it's my least favorite just because it does really nothing. For those that don't like a lot of coverage, it's nice, but like, I don't know, just the formula is a little on the thicker side, even though it's a lightweight formula. Not my favorite. See, I love the coverage. And I always take it down here and make sure I cover so it's not like a harsh line. Alright, so now we're going to do concealer. Concealer, this is new to me. This is called Mega Last Incognito. And I'm wearing the shade Light Medium. I'm not going fair. I'm not going like crazy light. I'm just going to kind of use that to crisp this up. Cover that vein there. So I have a lot of darkness in the inner corner, and then I have some age spots. Ooh. I'm getting up there in age, guys. I mean, I'll be 38 in October, so I'm not that much up there in age. Alright, I'm going to put a little on my chin here. Not to highlight, but just to kind of spot. Conceal some areas that I feel like a little more, and I don't want to put too much. I need a concealer brush. I'm going to use this KVD one. I think these are discontinued. So I don't know what's going on with that brand. I really don't. I used to use Kat Von D when it was Kat Von D. I used to use it religiously because I love the eyeshadows. And now there's no substance to it. I mean, granted, I really didn't like her after a while because, you know, she has a lot of controversy and whatnot. But I just felt like her artistry is what I was attracted to. Like, the fact that she put so much effort into her packaging and designed each piece. Like, she drew it herself. And me as an artist, I'm like, I appreciate stuff like that. But lately they're just, it's very commercial, it's very basic to me. It doesn't have any substance anymore. So I'm just kind of like, meh. I don't really gravitate towards those products. Like, so when they were clearancing out a bunch of her products, oh yeah, I was all about that. I went and bought it just because there's some products on there that I really, really like the, what are they called, the Super Shock highlights. So this guy I have been using, I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard to find. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. This is not Wet n Wild, but that's okay because Wet n Wild, I mean, they have loose powders and I'm not a loose powder wearer. So I wanted a pressed, and I wanted something like Too Faced Born This Way foundation, pressed foundation, and I love it. And as you can see, I have been using it, but you do use it fairly fast. That's what I'm a little concerned about. Oh, I totally skipped setting my under eyes. I'm sorry. This is not going very well for me. Again. I've just had issues getting ready this quickly. Alright, so I'm going to be using the contouring palette, the Mega Glow and Dulce de Leche. I will tell you, I've been using this in the past. I have used it. So I know I'm going to love it already. That's why I was just kind of like, oh, I don't need to talk about this one. but alas, I do. Because this, it's vanilla shade. It's not banana, it's vanilla. It's perfect because it doesn't highlight to where I look like Morticia Adams. It highlights just right. Alright, now we're going to set the rest of the face. And I like going in with a little bit of a denser brush so I can go over those areas that I needed to cover just a smidge more. What I love about this foundation is it doesn't look cakey. Like, it looks fresh wear, and it's very comfortable. Look at the difference. And it mattifies, but it doesn't feel dry. I love it. Next we're going to be contouring. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush. It's like the KVD foundation brush, but I use it for contour. I'm going to use the Make a Glow, and I'm going to use the contour side. It's a little warmer for contour, but you know, it gets the job done. And I just kind of like press it down here. I used to use it all the time. Oh my god, I use this so much. I use the vanilla shade a lot. So I'm just creating my shapes. And normally I don't contour my nose because I don't really care about contouring my nose. But we're going to contour it today. And I'm just going very lightly. I don't like to go like crazy because I want it to look as natural as possible, but I have like such a weird nose. It's like a little hook on the end. It's very interesting. Alright, so we're going to take that vanilla shade, take it down the center here, on the sides, and then of course I'm going to use the opposite side of this brush and retouch under the eyes, just so I highlight, and then we're gonna carve it out. Just like that. We'll blend it out, don't worry. Alright, so we're going to go into bronzer and blush. And I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics. This is an old one. This is a contour brush in, it was the Amethyst line. It was a few years ago, I guess. I don't remember. Anyways, we're going to go in with the What Shady Beaches. This is the Color Icon Bronzer. This has a little palm tree or palm branch or whatever embossed in there. And now I like to have like a cheap bronzer with me at all times, just in case I need to retouch my makeup, say like after work. I need to go, you know, I want to go out to dinner with my husband. I want to meet some friends after work for, you know, whatever. Or I have a concert to go to, which we're going to be starting doing that again. I'm so excited. I am going to a concert. My husband and I are going to Unleash the Archers here in Albuquerque. I'm so excited. Unleash the Archers, that was my last show before COVID happened, or, you know, the virus happened. And we saw Dragon Force in Denver, and it was right before the shutdown. Like, they literally canceled the entire tour a day after we left, like a day after that concert. So we were the last concert to be performing. To blush, this is the Color Icon blush in the shade Nudist Society. I really like this color. It looks really pretty. It's a nudie color, but it has a little bit of a peach to it, and it has some sparkles, which I really like. But for smoky eye or cool tone eye, this is perfect. Because I always gravitate towards corals or mauves, and I'm like, you know what, I need to change it up a bit and have colors that I can really translate into different looks too, as well as for my cool looks, have something. Alright, so I'm just blending everything out. Perfect. Ooh, I I did a little bit of a harsh line there. On camera, it looks harsher. In person, it's not so harsh. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead to highlighter. And we're going to use... Where'd it go? I just had it here, too. I'm so unorganized. Ah, there it is. So this I've used in the past. This is Precious Petals, and this is the highlight palette. Oh, I forgot to tell you the prices. I am so sorry. See, this is why I don't like doing videos, because I am all over the place and I'm never consistent. But I will let you know the prices once I let you know my overall thoughts. I promise. I promise. I know I had someone tell me usually, oh my gosh, I love your videos. And I'm like, oh, you watch that? I don't really pay attention to my videos because I'm like, I'm not a YouTuber. Not at all. So I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, you watch it. Cool. But, yeah. Liking that, liking that. This highlighter is my staple highlighter. I really do love it. Alright, skipping ahead, we're going to do the lower lash line. I'm actually going to do, yeah, I'm going to do the same. So I'll have the gray and we're just going to fluff her down there. So that gray that we put on the top, we're going to translate to the bottom. And of course that taupey shade to kind of blend out the edges here. And then I'm going to put that pewter shade right in the center there. But in the inner corner, I'm going to use this shade right here. It looks like it has green glitter in it. We'll see. See how that translates on the eye. Oh yeah, it does. Ooh, that's actually pretty cute. Now, let me tell you, I have been loving doing my makeup and stuff. Oh, that's nice. And stuff, but like, I've come to a point where I'm like, I have way too many damn palettes. I have way too many damn things. I need to start picking up staple pieces. Pieces that I know I'm going to use. Pieces that I know will work for me. So I will not have a palette collection video because I have gotten rid of a lot. I have. Some I had to part with because they're old. So I'm like, I need to clean out. So I'm trying to do like a whole refresh. Alright, so we're going to use, this is the Wet n Wild Proline Felt Tip Liner. And there's the tip. Looks kind of like a pretty good, yeah, that's not bad. Ooh. I messed up. That's okay. We'll fix it. I like seriously cannot breathe when I do liner. I'm like, dang it, she don't want to be thick today. I'm liking the sparkles in my inner corner. But it's okay. That's a nice line. It's a drier formula, so it's kind of hard to work. But that'll work, that'll work. Alright, I'll do the other eye off camera, but I'm going to skip ahead to brows after I'm done. So we're going to go ahead and... I'm going to do brows. Brows was hard to find because they don't have black, and I have dark hair. So we're going to do the Brow Sessive. This is new, it seems. Brow Sessive, Brow Crayon, Pencil, okay, in dark brown. It's got a spoolie and of course the product. Just needed something cheap, so we're gonna try the dark brown. Probably gonna really press it, cause my brows are pretty much non-existent. I know, it's like everyone's like, don't do it, don't shave your tails. I'm like, why not? I wanted to have more of a straight brow. But then there's days like this where I'm like, I need more brow. Ooh, this is not working. It is not kind of hard to get that crispness, and it's not dark enough for me. I know they had a pomade, but I'm like, you know what, I'll skip the pomade. Alright, we're going to have to bring in some reinforcements because this brow is not it. Look at this. I mean, I know it looks natural, but I have like no hair here, so it doesn't cling. So that's a miss. So instead, we're going to be using something else. Okay, where did I put my... we're going to use some shadow. So I'm going to take the black from the Lights Off palette. I mean, I could have used the other one too. And we're going to crisp this up. Lord help me, this is just not it. And I've been struggling to really find some sense in my brows these days. I tried to do a straight one, but I'm like tempted to grow out my brows, but I'm like, no, I can't give up. She's brows are not looking the best, but it'll do. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead to mascara. This is called the Wet n Wild Bigger is Better Big Papa. So let's take a look at this guy. Let's see. It's supposed to, like, I threw the packaging away. It's down here in the trash. It's supposed to lengthen and volumize your lashes. There is the brush. Interesting. Let's go ahead and try her out. Alright, I'm just going to put one coat. That's one coat. I don't know. It's not as big as it claims. My Sumptuous mascara really does work. And I've used some really good drugstore ones like Essence. That's a really good mascara. Sadly, the waterproof one was proven really good at not such a good time, but we're going to do lips. I have a few lip options. So I did pick up these guys. These are the Perfect Pout lipstick, and I have the shade Cinnamon Please, Undercover Lover, Ring Around the Rosy, and then I have another color. I have Club Brat. Alright, so we're going to swatch these so you can see. That's just one stripe. These are really good. Look at that. These, I believe, are $3.98, and I will let you know everything at the end of the video. I love that one because it looks like Max Chili. Ring Around the Rosy. Mauve shade. Really nice. I don't have any nude shades. They didn't have any nude shades, but I did pick up this guy. This is a 99-cent, 98 at Walmart, scent lipstick, and it's more creamy and it's beautiful mauve, so we're going to use this one today. I didn't pick up a lip liner because I didn't want to. But I like how creamy this one looks, and it's very subtle. The other ones are a little too much. See? It's perfect. But the packaging, not so perfect. So there is, this one is called, and this is a 98-cent dollar one, Secret Muse. I will swatch the other ones though. Alright, so we're going to remove, I know, waste of my time. But this one's easy to kind of remove. We're going to do Ring Around the Rosy. A little too pink for this look, but really nice. Remove. Next is we're going to do Cinnamon Please. Cinnamon Please, where are you? This one is more like Mac Chili. Bit more oranger though. But look at that pigment. It's so good. Much as I want to wear this color with this look, it doesn't really go. It's a little bit clashy. But they're comfortable. Highly pigmented, super cheap. I think they were $2.98. Which that's pretty cheap for a lipstick. Component wise, it's going to crack, it's going to wear. Alright, we're going to use Dead Cinnamon Please, and then this one is Undercover Lover. This is more of like a bright red. Not my best swatch, but oh, I just love how light they feel. Pretty cool. Sorry I'm zipping through this, it's just I'm getting ready for work. Alright. Last one is Club Brat. Where'd you go? This one was the first one I picked up because I left my lipstick at home. Look at that. Beautiful blue red. It's like, it looks like Bad Blood from Urban Decay. And I'm sorry, my lip swatchers are terrible. But yeah, really good. Alright, so actually this lipstick, it's just like Plum Dandy from MAC. But this lipstick I actually used since high school, I believe. High school or college. End of high school. This one's just so pretty. And I love it. I wore it yesterday. This is the Dark Pink Frost. I just like how it gives my lips dimension. However, you do have to constantly reapply it. But this is my all-time favorite lipstick. I used to use it in high school. If you don't understand the time period that I was in high school, it was 2000s. Gotta have that frosty lip. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of blend that, and we're gonna put back this color. This is the color for the day. And this one is the Secret Muse. Alright, we're going to finish her up. We're going to spray some setting spray, which this is actually, I've used in the past. This is the Hydrating Primer Mist, but I use it as a setting spray. And it's from Hard Candy. Now, a little goes a long way because this will make your skin super, super dewy. Alright, so we're going to go over what I used, what I liked, and of course the prices. Behavior. This one was $2.98 at Walmart. It's really nice. It's not as pigment, and it seems like it doesn't have, it's a little bit more greasier than the Lancome eyeshadow stick in Onyx, but I do like this one for a black base. Eyeshadow. Enough said, this eyeshadow is really nice. Oop. So the Nude Awakening and of course the Color Icon Lights Off. And that's mostly what I have on my eyes. These shimmers are freaking amazing. My eyes look sparkly. My eyes look like smoky. I love them. I love them. I love them. These are $4.98 at Walmart. And I got two of them because these two just gravitated towards me and I really needed them. These are going to be staple eyeshadows for me, so I'm really excited. I absolutely love it. This one has a brow bone shade, which I love. This one doesn't, but I still love it nonetheless. It has very good pigment. They blend out really nicely, so not bad. Packaging is going to be cheap, but that's what you get for cheaper makeup, you know? Next, what did I do next? Face. Primer. The Wet n Wild Impossible Primer Base, the one. This one is actually pretty decent. It reminds me a little bit of my smoother, my smoother primer from Estee Lauder, and this is a nice cheap option. This one was $3.98, I believe. No, $4.98. So it's $5 primer. So if you want something that's really good and quick and smooths your skin, this will do the trick, because I have a lot of texture here and it seems to have smoothed everything out and created a really nice base for my makeup. So, and then of course the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation. I love the matte. I'm into Dewy now. I love this foundation. I wear the shade Golden Beige. For reference, I do wear 2N2 Buff in Estee Lauder, Light Beige in Too Faced, Light Medium Sand in Tarte, and a 2.22 in Smashbox. Depends on which formula I use. The full coverage one, it's that one. And then also I use between Sandstone and Butterscotch, with Butterscotch 2 Yellow in Bare Minerals. But this is a great match. It looks really good. I love it. It wears really nice throughout the day. And it's only $4.98. So not bad. The concealer. This I really love. This is the Incognito concealer. This one was $4.98 as well. A little bit pricier, but honestly, the formula is really nice. Doesn't smell like anything. I love the flat tip applicator to really get in there, and it worked really nicely. I wear the shade Light Medium, and it matches my foundation really good. I don't like to do lighter concealers anymore. I just like to do more or less my skin color so that I can just cover, not necessarily highlight. Setting my concealer with this. I've used this in the past. I've always loved this. This is $4.98 as well. The Mega Glow Contouring. This is my favorite product. It's big. You'll have a lot of use for it. It works great as a contour, as you can see. Works good as a highlight under the eyes, carving out the contour. It's perfect. Alright, bronzer. This one was also $4.98, I believe. This is the bronzer. I mean, it was a typical bronzer. It didn't have any shimmer. It just warmed up the look a little bit more. I really like it because it did the job. So this is a nice little cheap bronzer for $4.98. I think it was $3.98, excuse me. Correction, $3.98. But yeah, not bad for a $4 bronzer. Blush. This one was $2.98. This blush is amazing. It is heavily pigmented, kind of hard to blend sometimes, as you can see on this side it's a little bit patchy, but not bad. I can always go over with my powder foundation, which I missed. I will go over that one. But this one is the shade Nudist Society. This is my favorite one. I have picked up 2 of them that were on sale for $1 at Walmart. This is like a limited edition collection, and it's Mellow Wine and Pearlescent Pink, and these are super pigmented and I enjoyed them. So this one definitely is not a disappointment, especially with a smoky eye. It works. Alright, so we've got the bronzer, we've got the highlight. Highlight, I've always used this one. I feel like they've changed the formula. It's not as like pigmented as it was. I've used a lot of these in the past and I really like them, but this one was only like $3.98, so it's really, really cheap, and it varies by Walmart, I guess, because some Walmarts have a really good, like, have stuff on sale and then some don't. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, do love the Mega Glow. That's my favorite. Powder. So, of course, I've been using this powder, so I can say well enough that I love it. This one's a lot up there in price. I got mine at Walgreens, to be honest with you. At Walmart, they're about the same price, maybe like $13.99 or so. No, I think they're $11.74, so they're cheaper. So these were $14.99 at Walgreens. But yeah, I really like it. I wear the shade Vanilla. No, I don't. I wear the shade. This one's Vanilla, but I have another one that I opened that's linen, and that matches better. So this is Vanilla, but I'm almost done with it, so that works. But this one is a very awesome dupe for the Too Faced Born This Way powder. Alright, moving on. Alright, so next is, I did the eyes, liquid liner. So we're going to go backwards, and we're going to go back to the eyes. And where did my liquid liner go? I just had it here. Liquid liner. The Wet n Wild. This one was $1.98, and it is okay, but it's not life-changing. It seems a little bit dry in formula, so I'm not really crazy about that. So I feel like this is going to dry out quicker than I want it to. So for the price, not bad for having something real quick. does the job. It doesn't like smudge. It seems like it stays really nicely, but it's not something that I would pick up again. Brows. Very disappointed in the brows. The brow excessive. It's not dark enough, and it just seems like it doesn't go on. You have to really, like, see, you have to really work it in the skin, but just going on like that, it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do, so I'm not very impressed with that one. This is the shade dark brown, but to me it looks like a medium brown, so not impressed with that one. So I had to kind of go into my eyeshadow palette and use the black there to kind of deepen my brows, so, because I have black brows. Alright, next thing is the mascara, the Big Papa, and oh, that brow excessive was $1.98. Yes, and then, did I cover the price of that? Yeah. Alright, so Big Papa, this one was $4.98. It does the job, but I feel like it's not as wow as I want it to be. It's a little bit subtle. I like my lashes to really pop because I don't wear fake lashes anymore. So I'm like, I do occasionally, but I feel like this mascara is just not, like, you have to keep building it to make it really pop, and I really don't like to build my mascara. I just want a one and done type deal. So meh, not very good. Yes, okay, lipsticks. Of course, I do love these lipsticks. I feel like the mauve one should be a little bit more on the mauve side rather than a, well, it's rose, I guess. I just expected it to be more mauve, but it's a little bit too pink for me, but I love it. If you ever want chili, MAC chili, and you don't want to pay the price, this one's really good. So that's Cinnamon Please. That one's really good. And then, of course, Bad Blood, which I have never owned the full size. I've always had like a mini, and I've always loved that color. No. I mean, I'm not going to pay $19 for it, so I'd rather just pay, these are $2.98. Rather pay $3 for one, and Club Brat is a perfect dupe for that. So these are definitely beautiful. They're comfortable, they're pigmented, and they wear really well throughout the day. I've worn Club Brat all day, and I really like it. So definitely a win. Of course, these guys are going to be cheap packaging. You can hear it. I absolutely love Dark Pink Frost. I wore this in high school and college, and it was my favorite because it was cheap, only 98 cents, and I just love it. This is an excellent dupe to, what is it called? The MAC one, Plum Dandy. I love Plum Dandy because it's that purpley mauve with a gold shift to it, a gold shimmer, and this one has it as well. This one's just a little bit more gold than Plum Dandy, but honestly it does the job. It looks like Plum Dandy, and I love it because I couldn't get my hands on Plum Dandy when they discontinued it, but I forgot this lipstick. I can't believe I forgot this lipstick. So when I saw it at Walmart, I was like, oh my god, I used to wear that one. I love it. I don't know why I got rid of it. And then, of course, Secret Muse. The one I'm wearing now is perfect for this look. It's a cool mauve. It's perfect. I love it. And the only thing about these, they're very creamy, but they do wear off throughout the day, so they're not long wearing at all. So if you want something long wearing, then I recommend you use the Perfect Pout lipsticks. And then, of course, last but not least, my Hard Candy Hydrating Primer Mist. Absolutely love this one. I've always used this one in the past. I used to use their primer and mix the Avon mineral powder, like the mineral foundation powder, because I used to sell Avon a long time ago. And I would mix them together to make a mousse foundation, and then I would use the CoverGirl concealer to spot conceal. But I did not know how to do makeup back then. I was just putting stuff on, and I didn't know. I mean, yeah, I was getting a little bit better about it, but I was looking at my my looks in the past, because I used to have a fashion blog, and I used to have like Makeup Mondays, and I don't even know if I can find this fashion blog anymore. I don't know if it exists. I forgot what it was called. But my eyeshadow was really rough, and my brows were really rough. I had brows that were too far apart. It was just a mess. I was a mess back then. But now that I've kind of fine-tuned what I like and what look I like to go for, this is what I like. So that's all the product that I have here. Definitely love Wet n Wild for a cheaper option. If you're looking for cheaper option in makeup, definitely would pick up and repurchase some of these items once I use them up, because I feel like repurchasing higher end items can be a little costly. So, I mean, I know because I sell it to my customers. I had a customer call me and need a revamp in all of their stuff. Like, they needed more product because she buys at least every 6 months, and it costs a lot of money. So I was like, wow, she's willing to pay that. That's fine. She, you know, it's a lot of money. So having to refresh your high-end stuff can be a little costly. Of course, if it works for you, do it. But if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. I love the skincare in Estee Lauder, so I can see why my customers repurchase. And I will have a video just on Estee Lauder makeup, and then I'll probably do a video half high-end, half low-end, and see if you can spot the difference. Also, I will tell you that the Estee Lauder products do work really well. Like, I love the Futurist foundation. That's my favorite foundation. It's very dewy, very moisturizing, very lightweight. But will it be the same as my Wet n Wild? This one's thicker, that one's thinner. My Futurist has an SPF 45, so there's a lot of things that I could definitely compare it to, but I feel like the Estee Lauder, you pay the price, it's worth it. But I mean, I love getting the skincare. The skincare is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. The skincare works for me. I love the Revitalizing Supreme moisturizer because it actually works really nicely. It smooths out my texture and skin, and it's lovely. So I can see why my customers do that. But if you're looking for a cheaper route, Wet n Wild is the way to go. And yeah, so definitely love all the products that I have here today, and I will definitely put them in my backup little bag here that I take to work in case I need to refresh my face, because I get oily, I get shiny, or it starts to just wear. But we're going to see how this wears throughout the day and see if I need to touch up. So anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.